Quick disclaimer before we start this. This is not my gameplay. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Rivals Report podcast. We have a podcast about the game Sunday Rivals. That's the game you see in the background behind you, or behind me. So on this episode, it's like the first episode of the series. Today we're going to be talking about the basics of the game, and then you could just watch some of the gameplay in the background. So, first to start off with this game, it is $20 on Steam. PC only for now, but it will be coming to console. So, in the game, when you load up the menu, there is a few different things. You have three options. You have the play game option, you have the customize option, and then you have your settings. So, when you go to play game, there's 3 game modes. One of the games is just the single regular exhibition game. The next game mode is Headhunter. And the next game mode is Season mode. So Headhunter, it's a tournament single elimination with fantasy football style scoring. Single game, it's just a single game. And then Season mode is a season mode. It's a very deep season mode. You can play any game, not just your own team's game, throughout the league. So, in the league/customize tab, you can go and edit the league. You can change the league to like its name, from everything from its name to the amount of teams to where the teams are, which teams are in which conference. You could change the NFL. You could flip the NFL upside down if you want. In there, you can edit the teams, and you can change their names, their jerseys, their logos. Well, not their logos. The game doesn't have logos, but you can change the stadium art, like in the end zone. There's a lot of stuff you can do in the edit team tab. You can change how many teams are in your league. So you can have 32 teams, 24, 16, or 8 teams, which is really cool. And a really unique part about this game that I haven't seen in most indie football games that I've played, or really any football games. You can't really edit the amount of teams in the league. So this game, like I just said, it has a lot of creative ability with how you can make your teams, your leagues, and everything. And then the settings, they're kind of just basic game settings, the difficulty, some of the different sliders. But something cool about this game is you can change your button layout. So on screen, you can change your button layout to whatever type of controller you're using, or if you're just using your computer. So if you want to use your keyboard and mouse per se, you can use those, the computer buttons they'll show up on screen. You could have the PlayStation buttons if you're using a PlayStation controller, or you could have the Xbox button show up if you're using an Xbox controller. So when you go into the season mode, you choose your team to start. So from there, you can play any game. So it will load you into week 1. It'll show you your league tab, your team tag. There's also a records tab under the league options. So you can play, as I mentioned earlier, any game in the league. It'll give you a scouting report and a matchup for your team. You can simulate your game, but watch it in real time. You can go into the game and coach it. You can, as I'm showing you here in the gameplay behind me, well, not really behind me, but in the gameplay behind my voice, you can see that they're not playing the game, they're not coaching it, they're just watching it. The gameplay, it's just being looked at while still being simulated. So you can do that for any game in your league and throughout your season. And as you progress through each week, you will get a message from your general manager. So that's pretty cool. That you can get you can kind of talk to your general manager throughout each week. So from your week to week, you get a new message about how well or poor your team did this week. So I hope you do well on your conquest in the game. So then, Headhunter. Let's talk about the Headhunter mode. So when you first load up the Headhunter mode, you are prompted to choose your team. You choose your team and a difficulty. You will get a difficulty modifier based off of the team you're using's overall. So from there, you play 4 different teams in a single elimination tournament with fantasy football style scoring throughout the mode. If you get like the most points, it'll show up like a record on your tab for the next time you play the mode. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the Sunday Rivals podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys are ready to get out there and beat your rivals.
My ego is bad, I don't give a shit. And it goes like this. Tell me about a tongue and I'll know you. Kiss me till you're drunk and I'll show you all the moves like Jagger. I've got them moves like Jagger. I've got them moves like Jagger. I don't need to try to control you. Look into my eyes and I'll own you. Them moves like Jagger. I've got them moves like Jagger. I've got